we will be studying in detail about Google Sheets. The first thing that we are going to learn is how to select a single cell. I'm coming to this particular Excel sheet which is already prepared. Now, in order to select a particular cell, I just require to click on any of the cell. Now suppose I am selecting Rohit. So Rohit is on column B and Rohit is on row 3. I'm just selecting Rohit. As soon as I'm selecting Rohit, this particular cell borders turns out blue. When the border turns out blue, it indicates that the cell have been selected. So this was the first part as how to select a single cell. Coming to the second part, to select content in the cell. What it is written over here, double click inside the cell or press F2. We will be doing both the operations. Again coming to the Google Sheets. Now suppose I require to select a beer. What I will be doing, just double click on that particular cell. As soon as I double click on the cell, I will be able to see that the cursor will move at the end. Are you able to see the blinking cursor? By double click, again I am selecting Divyansh. One click and double click. As soon as I double click, the borders turns out blue with certain shading. So this shading appears that the cell is present for editing. I will be able to write the name as Devyan. That means I have renamed it or I have just changed the content of the cell. Again, I will be able to change Devyansh. Again, I'm changing the content to the original, that is Devyansh. Now, the second is by pressing F2. Select the cell and just press F2. On clicking F2, you will be able to see that the borders will be blue and it will be shading. So over here again the cell is presented for editing. Again coming to the presentation, point number 3, selecting an entire row. We are very much aware rows are nothing but they are horizontal lines. So coming over here, this numbers that you are able to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they represent rows. When I'm clicking on number 4, entire row of number 4 will be selected. I'm clicking on number 6. Entire number 6 rows is selected. I'm clicking on number 2. Entire number 2 row is selected. Coming again to the presentation part, the last part, selecting an entire column. Now, how to select an entire column? Click the column heading letters at the top. So the numbers represents the row and the letters represents the column. Coming to the Google sheet, are you able to see this A, B, C, D, E, F? So these are my columns. I'm just clicking F, the entire F row will be selected. Clicking on D, the entire D will be selected. Clicking on B, entire B will be selected. So yes, in this way we are able to select the data or we are able to select the cells. There is further explanation for this which will be explained in the next slide.